Welcome to Understanding the Home Health Agency Readmission Report. It's important that home health agencies monitor their rehospitalization rate and use this data to drive their improvement efforts. These reports will help your home health agency do that. In this short video, I will explain how to interpret these reports. This is the title page of the report. You can expect to see your home health agency's name, the CMS identification number for your agency, your state, and the overall data time frame. The data included in this sample report spans patient dates from January 2014 through December 2016. Each quarter, this date range will shift. The second page of your report provides a table of contents, which outlines what's coming in the pages that follow. This page shows the About the Data page. It's a high-level overview of what's represented in your report. The report provides descriptive data and trends of Medicare fee-for-service patients who are discharged from hospitals to your home health agency and readmitted to a hospital within 30 days. The next few slides go into more detail on the About the Data page and outline some of the data in the report. This image, which is at the top of the About the Data page, is a basic representation of that readmission process. As mentioned, the data source for everything in this report is Medicare fee-for-service Part A claims data. This does not include Medicare Advantage patients. Data in the report are summarized by rolling years, which are calculated by quarters. Every time period shown in the report will contain 4 quarters worth of data. Each time period will overlap the next by 3 quarters. I will illustrate this when we move on to the next page of the report. In the readmissions rate section, I will describe the denominator first. Again, the denominator is the total number of Medicare fee-for-service patients who are discharged from a hospital to your home health agency. For purposes of this report, discharged from a hospital to your home health agency means that a patient had a home health claim filed within 5 days of being discharged from the hospital. The numerator is the number of patients among those in the denominator who went back to the hospital for an inpatient stay within 30 days of being discharged from the hospital to your home health agency. It doesn't matter what else that patient did within the 30-day time period. They might have been discharged from your home health agency or gone to another agency. The bottom line is that if a patient was discharged from a hospital and admitted to your home health agency within 5 days, and they went back to a hospital for admission within 30 days of being discharged from the hospital, they will be counted as a readmission in this report. Finally, please note these readmission rates are all-cause. They're not risk-adjusted in any way, and they include both scheduled and unscheduled readmissions. This final section of the first page of the report on About the Data outlines some of the detail you'll see. The readmission rates described in the previous slide are summarized by these various population segments. Race, age, and sex are based on Medicare enrollment data. Primary diagnosis is the primary diagnosis on the index hospital claim. The index hospital claim is the hospital stay that happens immediately before the home health agency admission. The report summarizes readmission rates by several primary diagnoses, which we'll see in the following pages. Diagnosis any is any diagnosis on that index hospital claim. Again, the report summarizes readmission rates by several diagnoses, which we'll see in the following pages. The length of the index hospital admission is the number of days that patients were at the hospital for that hospital stay that happens immediately before they're admitted to your home health agency. The number of hospital admissions in the prior 6 months says among the patients who went from hospitals to your home health agency, how many additional hospital admissions those patients had in the 6 months leading up to admission to your home health. Probable adverse drug event related to high-risk medications gives a summary of those patients who are discharged from the hospital to your agency who had a likely adverse drug event tied to being on a high-risk medication at that index hospitalization. And finally, the length of home health agency stay after index hospitalization is the number of days that patients were at your agency among those who were discharged from the hospital to your agency. This is the next page of your report. Chart 1 shows readmissions from your home health agency to the hospital compared to state readmission rates. You'll see 3 lines. The orange line is readmissions for those patients who came from a hospital to your agency and were readmitted back to the same hospital that they came from. The blue line is for those patients who were readmitted back to any hospital, even if it was different than the one they initially came from. The green line is for patients across your state. If you do not see a marker for one time period, marker is the circle or triangle that you'll see on the chart. This means that data was suppressed. We'll talk more about this on the next slide. Also notice the axes. The y-axis on the left is the actual readmission rate for 30 days, and the x-axis on the bottom is the time period. Each marker on the chart, again, the circle or triangle, is a year's worth of data, represented by 4 combined quarters. The first marker that you'll see is for January 2014 through December 2014, a full year. The next marker shifts forward 1 quarter so that it includes data for April 2014 through March 2015, and so on. The next page of the report shows the data that feeds into the chart that we just reviewed. All of this is sample data, and you'll notice that some rows say suppressed. This is for data privacy rules. Data is suppressed if there are fewer than 11 patients who were fully discharged from your home health agency before they were readmitted. This next page shows chart 2 of the report. It's a picture of readmissions among those patients who are discharged from the hospital to home health agencies for the entire state by day, for the year of data that's shown at the top of the chart. In this case, that's calendar year 2016. As an example, in this time period, you'll notice that among all readmissions that fit this criteria, fewer than 1% happen on day 1. On day 2, you'll see that about 3% of the readmissions happen, and so forth. This goes all the way through 30 days. There's more examples at the bottom of this page that can help clarify as well. This slide shows a snapshot of Table 2 from the readmission report. Again, this is statewide home health agency readmissions, but it's for various population segments. In general, I'll outline the format of how you can read this, and the same applies for all population segments. The first column on the left you'll see shows the main category of the population segment. This applies to the About the Data page that we reviewed at the beginning of this presentation. The next column shows the different groups that fall within that category. If you look at columns 3 and 4 under Hospital Discharges to Home Health Agencies, you'll see some detail about the discharges from the hospital to home health agencies in your state. The N in the third column is the total number of patients that fall within that group. And the percentage in that next column shows you what percentage of patients that was. For an example, in the first row, which is total, you'll see that there were 6,166 patients in that first column with a number under N. This is all patients for the total, so the percentage is 100%. This applies throughout if you follow the lines down. The final 2 columns are all about readmissions back to the hospital from those patients who received home health. The N in the 5th column shows you what number of patients in that group were readmitted, and the final column, again a percentage, shows you the readmission rate for that group. Again, for the first row, you'll see that there's 1,087 patients in the fifth column. If you take that number and divide it by 6,166, that's the number of discharges, you'll get 17.6%. This is our total readmission rate for the time period across all patients, again, because that first row is indicated as total. This concludes our review of the new reports. If you have questions on the content we reviewed or on receiving your report, please contact the applicable person for your state, which is listed here. And this concludes the presentation. Thank you.